I was really struggling. I had left a 20-year relationship. I was in a toxic environment at work. My kids were gone. I didn't want more friends who were telling me, oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, you'll be doing better. You'll get through this. You were saying truth, and it was difficult truth and uncomfortable truth and fearful truth, but you were giving me straight answers, and that's what I needed.
Carol Ann, I am so glad to chat with you again. It was quite a February, March, where you took this really big risk and jumping into Rewire. Tell me what was going on in your life before all of that, and what was your state, the current state of your life at that time before you jumped into Rewire?
I was really struggling. I had left a 20-year relationship. I was in a toxic environment at work. My kids were gone. I was alone. I was just an emotional wreck. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I needed answers. I needed, a lot of stuff going on in my life.
Yeah. And so tell me why you decided to jump into Rewire. What did you notice that was kind of like that pulled you in and kind of created this urge for you to jump in and start to do rewiring?
I don't know. I think it was because I had gone to a couple of your other meetings, and there was something there that really resonated. It was uncomfortable. I didn't really like some of the stuff that you said. It got a reaction out of me, but there also felt like a truth about it, and I wanted to investigate that, and I was terrified. But you
Tell
were
me
the
about
only
that.
one. You were the only one that was saying those things, and that's what I really wanted. Is I didn't want more friends who were telling me, oh, it's going to be okay. Oh, you'll be doing better. You'll get through this. There's all the platitudes, and you were different. You were saying truth, and it was difficult truth and uncomfortable truth and fearful truth, but you were giving me straight answers, and that's what I needed. I didn't need the fluff anymore. I wanted to really find out what was going on, and you were saying those words.
Beautiful. Wow, thank you. So you jumped in to Rewire, and you came and you took that chance and you took the risk. And, you had the fear because,
Oh, yes. We had a little bit of an interaction there, yes.
Yeah, of course. There's always fear involved. You got to lean into your fears. Everybody has the fear of being taken advantage of. What were your fears? What were your fears about coming in and doing the work with us?
I have a lot of financial fear just in general. So I felt like I was going to get taken advantage of financially. Yeah. And also because of the state of my emotions at the time, having been betrayed and hurt and traumatized, I thought you were going to use that to manipulate me somehow. And I had fear that you were going to try to take emotional advantage as well.
Very common, by the way, with trauma bonds. I mean, especially with men, if you've had that experience with men, and here I am, you're vulnerable and but yet that there's a truth there. So how did you manage to, with this understanding, shit, I got to learn this stuff, but oh my gosh, is he going to manipulate me and take advantage of me? How did you come to terms with that?
I think, honestly, that it had to do with you being so upfront. And, because there were some issues that everybody Googles to find out who everybody is, and I did. And your honesty and integrity about what was going on. It wasn't like you were pushing it under the rug, pretending it wasn't there, or that you were trying to make it something it wasn't. And for me, that you weren't putting yourself up on a pedestal as being like this guru and just follow me and do everything, that you were real about stuff that you had struggled with and you were going through at the time. Spoke to me and created almost like a sense of trust, because you weren't making yourself out to be something so much better. Like, it was like we were in the trenches together kind of feeling.
I'm no saint.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, yeah, I'm no saint. You're
and
not
I wasn't
like,
either. So I didn't want to be like where I was in a place where, oh, I have to pretend that I, don't have all this baggage or this background, or that I didn't do some of the crazy things I did. So there was a comfort level in that you shared your experience, and also that you showed up in that masculine energy that I had never had any experience with before. And it built a safety in me. Like, I responded without even realizing that that was part of it, that it was going to be okay. And I could have my own back and it would be all right,
Sweet.
Yeah.
So cool. So you came in, and tell me about your Rewire experience.
Oh, it was crazy.
How would you describe it for anybody who's kind of like, wondering, how would you describe it? I don't even know how to describe it, but so let's see how you do.
So it's very concentrated. It was amazing. It was absolutely life-changing experience over 3 days. And I know it's like, oh my gosh, am I going to sit for 8 hours and do stuff? But there was so many different aspects of therapy or whatever, but it was different. It was pulled into this experience, right? With other people who also were struggling the same types of ways. So there was this bond created, I think you call it a container, right? Where these people, and it's like concentrated healing, investigating, curiosity, learning, growing. There was all these components.
Dancing.
Oh, yes, the dancing. And the dancing.
How could you
do the dancing because it
still
helps
do the
so
dancing.
much. I still do the dancing.
Beautiful.
All of those experiences that I'd never been exposed to before, and it just flowed, and it was, I don't know, it's like the honesty among strangers. I felt like that I had become part of a family in a weekend, and it was an incredible healing experience. It really launched me into doing this work to help uncover and deal with those things that were affecting my life every single day as an adult, and they all came from back in my childhood.
So take me through. You went through that experience. It was like a cleansing of your nervous system, of your soul. We talk about love on day 1, sex on day 2. We talk about money day 3.
All the fun areas.
All of the fun and triggering areas of our lives that we don't want to freaking talk about. What did you notice after you went through that experience? And now we're like a few months past. So we've had some time to integrate and settle. Was this just some flash in the pan, hot tub jacuzzi experience? Or was there a change that happened that you noticed? Tell me more about that.
I feel like there was a change on almost like a cellular level, because it feels so different. Like, I didn't even realize how all those 3 things, the love, the sex, the money, were tied so strongly together with the trauma I'd experienced and how I was living my life out of that small place and wounded place in all of those things.
In every area.
It was, that was eye-opening. And like I said, at first it was very uncomfortable, because I started to realize just how much of an effect this was having on me. And
unconsciously, without you even knowing about it.
Yeah.
It's part of your wiring.
The whole wiring part of that, and then going through those different exercises, coming out of that, first of all, to be okay with me and to start integrating those parts of myself like you taught us to do, and to look at those things. And it like changed my whole perspective about myself and about my life, what I could achieve, what I could attain, what I could do.
What you deserve. Yeah,
it was, I quit my job. I got a whole brand new job. Like, I could not even have specified what kind of dream job I wanted to get at when I first went before Rewire. And after Rewire, it's like, I don't even go to an office anymore. I work from home, better pay, better benefits, better vacation. I was like, whoa, who is this?
Because you shifted.
The energy is flowed out into all areas of my life, and I feel that level of okayness and joy and excitement about life and what's next. I haven't felt that for so long. I don't even know if I ever really did. And
So
I'm
good.
very grateful. Very, very
Amazing. Wow. So what would you say to somebody who's like, is this thing for real?
Jump
Is this
in.
like a scam?
Jump
Is
in.
this guy a scam artist? I just like the trauma. Everybody's been betrayed, taken for granted, taken advantage of. So of course
is.
that's going to come up in the process. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence and has stuck in like an insecure attachment? You know, should I stay or go? Have just broken up and kind of like disconnected from themselves for this opportunity. What would you say to them?
I have a lot of compassion because I was there for such a long time, and I understand those fears and the insecurities and the need to protect self and keep self safe and you know, do that. And in this type of situation, I would encourage that to step out into that unknown and to jump into it and to lean into it and to trust that you're going to be okay. And not only are you not going to be better than you were before, it's going to explode your understanding of yourself, your world, and what you can do in it. And you don't feel like that at first. And if you stick with it and lean into it, by the end of the weekend, you are going to have a whole new experience and perception of life.
Beautiful. Thank you. You just got to be willing to get uncomfortable, because rewiring isn't a comfortable process, is it? Building a muscle has, you know,
Yes.
breakdown of muscle to build a muscle. And so I was very clear in describing what neuroplasticity is. And I'm just looking at your face and the energy that's emanating from you. And I want to maybe have a clip. I'm sure we have a clip of a previous version of you somewhere so that we can compare
sure.
and see the pre and post
Yeah.
that, like, you're not the same person because
No.
your nervous system is not the same. And it
Right.
was you that did it. Nobody came and did it for you. What happened for you? Do you want to share?
Sure, briefly.
Please.
I was feeling very vulnerable, and I was feeling, I started going into that path of suspicion, and I'm getting taken advantage of, and I'm being
Yes.
manipulated, and oh no, shared too much of myself too soon, back up, and then I was like, oh, I gotta stop this, I gotta run, I gotta
run away.
I gotta run away.
Abort mission. All right. So thank you for sharing that. So Carol did something really, really unusual for her, because you came to the overview yesterday and you did some work and you've been kind of walking this path, right? What did you do that was unusual for you?
I stopped and I paused with those emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and I messaged you if I could share what I was feeling.
Right. So she messages me in this morning, says, can I share how I'm feeling? And I said, sure. And what was that experience like for you, Carol, when you shared how you felt?
Initially, there was a little bit of fear because I was exposing how I really feel, and I expected to get a reaction that I would have to defend again.
Right.
And you know, still those little, like that anger, you know, that suspicion, and there was a lot of chaotic, uncomfortable, and what do I do, and this is not good, and I had like to just, okay, I'm going to try something new that I learned, and to just sit and stay and try this new thing.
Something different is to be with those emotions and find a home for that discomfort.
I was a participant, but I think that you facilitating and that whole group experience, I feel like I could not have done this on my own. And that's what I would want to tell people. Like, you want to feel like you could watch the YouTubes or read the books. I did all that. This experience is unique in that it is facilitated by somebody who cares and who knows, and it's a group of people. It's something about the community that really brings that healing and that knowledge and that integration. It just works the way
we healing community.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Carol Ann.
Thank
Appreciate you, and we'll see you at the next one.
Absolutely.
You already got your ticket for the next one, don't you?
I do.
All right. So if you want to come see Carol Ann and meet her, join us at the next Rewire.